guaranteed. Eric?
Mike, time to make history.
Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The iconic Paul McCartney got back live. A once-in-a-lifetime must-see event. Paul McCartney, performing a catalogue of music that's formed the soundtracks of our lives. Casey Centre, October 14th. Get tickets now at highvtix.com.
Murph and Andy, proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. This is Murph and Andy. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
Murph and Andy on a Monday. State softball and baseball underway all across Iowa everywhere. We've got baseball starting today, Andy, in Sioux City and Carroll. And state softball, of course, in Fort Dodge. All at once.
I'm sorry, did you say Sioux City?
I did say Sioux City, yes. The big schools, 3A, 4A, Sioux City, beginning today.
Why is it in Sioux City? That is nowhere near the center of the state.
No, it's the opposite.
That is so far away.
You're riding the border. Can't play at Principal Park anymore. That's done. And the University of Iowa is having some construction done to the ballpark over there at the University of Iowa. So it's in Sioux City. Then the smaller schools play in that historic Merchants Park over in Carroll that you know.
I don't understand why it falls all the way to Sioux City, though. That is so totally inconvenient for everybody. I mean, what about... Could they play at Simpson? Could they play at Central? There's a million other more centrally located, really nice baseball fields. I don't get that. That must be for the teams from the Quad Cities.
That's a haul.
Oh yeah. My God! It's a haul for anybody outside of Sioux City, I think.
Our friend Joey Danya, he works over in the Quad Cities, and he emailed me last night. He said, "Hey, any chance you're going over to Sioux City for highlights?" Because that'd really help me out. I really don't have 11 hours to jump into the car and get over there and back.
Yeah. He's not exaggerating either. I mean, that is a really long
ways
haul. Is this the only year they're going to do that?
I don't know.
So.
I'll get back to you. I'll have an answer for you soon. Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more today, including Scheffler's Point, Plum Shade, and Steelers Fumble. At least I think it's a fumble. You can see what you think. That's all coming up. From Guest House Tavern, Northwest inspired Midwestern hospitality. Right now, high or low since the last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter, Retirement Planning and Tax.
So many questions now about kind of the condition of your savings, your retirement accounts, all kinds of stuff like that. We're wondering whether we're going up or down or what to do at this point. Tim Hawkins and company have answers for all that stuff. You can reach them at wealthcharterretirement.com. Oh, man. So Friday, I had a high as the Kabursky brothers came over and made these 2 beautiful new gardens for me in kind of problem areas of my yard. This lower area here takes on a lot of water, and I just needed, some plants in there to really kind of soak it up. Well, then the rain hit last night. I mean, it hammered me, and this is how it looks now. The rain went down there and just made a river right through the middle of the wood chips and spread it all out there. I put the flags around there to keep Lewis out.
That's the dog, by the way.
Yeah. That's those are his underground fence flags. Now, don't tell him, but there's not actually an underground fence around the garden. But the flags work just as well. But that didn't do anything for all of the water from the gutters and just rushing down the hill and everything. Man, we had last night, even at the station, Murph, I mean, you saw it just raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, there's
for a while.
like flash flooding in the parking lot at the station.
Parts of Des Moines got over 3 inches of rain. I think we got about 3 inches of rain in about 90 minutes in our portion of West Des Moines. Many people here, including us, got a little water in their basement. They had rivers and lakes in their yards, and many of the streets were flooded, people stalling their cars. And man, oh man, it is just, and it's such a out of control feeling that you have where there's just nothing that you can do about that. When it rains that much, that fast, you can't go out there and build canals or anything or channel the water in a certain direction. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and wait to clean up and try to put it all back into place. But
it is an opportunity for you to go out and do that canoeing live shot, like that reporter
like that lady
in the ankle deep water.
There were portions that, we had a lot of people sending in video from West Des Moines and Des Moines proper to the Channel 13 studios last night. And a lot of those roads look like rivers. I kind of drove through some of those areas on my way home last night to see how they were doing. And the water had completely cleared out. But that flash flooding is something serious. Flash flooding has been the weather story of 2025, not just here, but across the nation. Montgomery County, Maryland. I've got some friends who live out there. It's just outside of Washington, D.C. I think they were dealing with like 20 some odd inches of rain that just completely overwhelmed all their systems there. We know what's happened in places like Kentucky and Texas, but we're getting it here, and we could see more of that kind of stuff this week, according to the Channel 13 Weather Department.
Yeah, and Wednesday is going to be hotter than the surface of the sun, just stifling heat. And this goes, and it's the time of year, but state softball in Fort Dodge, your years up there covering it, you know you're going to have at least one day where they were taking extra water breaks and putting the players under tents and feels like 110 or 112. It seems to happen at least one day every year, and that day looks to be Wednesday this week. I'm going to go high. Just went out with a couple of friends, Yvonne and Taco, to Posto. Posto? Tony Lemming's place.
Posto? Or
Posto. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
I forgot a
right.
letter.
Yeah.
That was my problem. Forgot a letter.
Another one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Yvonne's birthday, and it's always nice and strong T-shirt game here from Yvonne. You got Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. Well done. Had a really good time. And then this weekend, Jenny and I went golfing. That's not
you
quite
drove
true.
around in a golf cart.
Correct. Went to a golf cart. Ben Page with Parks and Rec told us the best Bloody Marys in the state of Iowa are at blank golf course. So
That's
we thought,
strong
let's go try.
indictment. We know what the Cooney's Bloody Marys have.
Yeah, it's not Cooney's level. Ben, I don't know if Ben had too many that day or what made him think it's the best, but it was good. But it's not Cooney's level. But we did go try that, and
Did
also
you have that perfect day that talking about on happy hour?
Happy hour. What we did?
Go get brunch. Go get a Bloody Mary.
We did
go get
because
a margarita.
Her main goal at Mitzi's was House of the Rising Bun, and we had the House of the Rising Bun, and it was
Is that
delicious.
food or drink?
That is food. It's a cinnamon bun about this high with little chips of bacon on it. It's really, really good.
Sounds really healthy.
We also want to take this opportunity to remind everybody, two guys, Chris and Chris, live today, coming up right after us, shortly after us at 2:30 p.m. from Circa Swim. So outdoors, good luck. We'll see if the tea can keep Williams from being dehydrated and passing out during the show. Chris Hassel will not be on today because unlike you, Andy, he's not as committed to the success of his show and to Iowa Everywhere in the podcast. Thank you for being such a team player. You didn't miss a show. You're out there. Chris is doing a dive bar tour of Italy right now with no socks and loafers on. He's with Matt Berry from ESPN. And you can see they've already hit a couple of hellholes.
Well, I don't think Lake Como has any dive bars. If they are, they're still
this
probably.
Lake Como?
They're under
Yes.
the lake, and you have to dive down to them.
Yeah, it's a dive bar.
special,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
You use a submersible
In
to
a
get down
cave.
there, and it's all decked out in velvet. No, Lake Como is one of the ritziest areas in all of Europe, and that's saying something.
Yeah, that drink in his hand is probably $40.
It probably is. That's probably not an exaggeration. But Chris has got champagne taste these days.
He does.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's got a champagne budget too.
We have one kid like that. Colin has champagne taste.
He's got a beer budget.
Yeah, and a dive bar beer budget. That's right. All right, let's get the buzz.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Keep that air conditioner working from Logier Heating and Cooling this week.
yeah.
If you need help, give them a call because it's going to get really hot. Big Ten Media has released its football poll, and as you look at the top 18, we remind you the Big Ten has 18 teams. Penn State is the media's pick to win a championship, and I just immediately think this is Ohio State fatigue or something because aren't you like me? Don't you immediately think, oh no, James Franklin will find a way to blow this.
Right,
They're not winning the Big Ten.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, a lot of this is fodder for sports talk, and we appreciate it because we need it right
thank
now.
you.
But I don't know. I mean, some of this stuff is probably rankled some people a little bit. I'm sure Ohio State's pissed about this.
We're number 2.
Illinois fans are happy about that. Eric the Orange certainly is. He just filled me in. They've got 16 of 18 starters returning from season that they won a bowl game.
It is odd to see Illinois ahead of Iowa. It's odd to see Indiana ahead of Iowa, but that was a college football playoff team. As you look at this, to me, for us in the state of Iowa being picked 7,
that's good.
It looks about right, but it's kind of boring. Like if they're picked 3rd or 4th, it gets you going. Like, is that too high? Are they really going to be that good? If they're picked down to 10th or 11th, they're like, haven't you watched the past 2 decades of Hawkeye football? How can you think they're this low? This looks about right, so it's kind of boring.
Well, I mean, and all the new additions to the Big Ten. I mean, this is really good to be in the top half, picked in the top half of this conference. I mean, we can all recognize that fact. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, it doesn't really, bring out any strong opinions. They're ahead of Nebraska. They're ahead of Wisconsin, the teams that you really care about. You look at Illinois and then look at Iowa's schedule and say, how in the hell do we play Rutgers and USC and Oregon and not Illinois? In a year when playing Illinois would be really interesting, right? I mean,
for a change.
You can never be, and that's a problem with these conferences, these mega conferences, is that there's always going to be some point of total dissatisfaction with the schedule.
You look at the teams behind USC jumps out because USC 9th in the Big Ten should be better than that with the history and facilities and recruiting hotbed and money available there. Washington, not far removed from the national championship game, picked 10th. And as you mentioned, Wisconsin, Michigan State, teams that have contended for Big Ten championships, 12 and 13. UCLA with that big brand all the way down at 15th. And then Purdue, a team that has had its moments, dead last. 18.
Yeah, Rutgers is probably pumped. They look at this and they're like, oh, man, that's going to be a great year.
Man.
Can't wait to get the season started.
We're number 13. That's great. Also today, the Steelers unveiled their 1933 throwback uniforms. And what immediately jumps out to me is, did Iowa State not teach everybody the lesson of the beige pants? You can't go out there in skin-colored pants. You look like you're playing naked. You look like you don't have any clothes on from the waist down. You can't wear nude pantyhose out on the football field. This will not work. These pants should be black.
Yeah, just because khaki pants look good with a blue shirt when you go to work doesn't mean you can translate that to a football uniform.
No.
I don't know. And the other thing is, man, nobody's ever said, you know what, we could use more yellow in our outfit, in our uniform. They don't say that. Packer fans don't say that. This is a miss to me. I don't care.
The helmets look kind of cool, but Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do they have anything on the side, or are they just yellow and black?
They do have something on the side. I think it's a number, and they have a white number on the front, black number on the back.
Stands out a little bit, I guess.
You got those bars on the front, somewhat similar to like the Jack Trice stripes, but they stop like toward the lower torso. They don't go all the way down. Let's get a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale.
The new Steelers throwback uniforms are hot or not?
I'm going not, because I feel like we needed to learn the night Iowa State played pantsless on national TV.
What's the list of the really old throwbacks, like the throw way backs that have worked? Seems like Illinois had a good one, didn't they? The Bronco Nagurski tribute, didn't that? I feel like that worked better than any of the other ones. The Packers have tried to do this. It was bad. The Lions have tried to do this. It's bad.
Somebody looked like, was it the Steelers? Someone looked like they were playing in prisoner outfits, like old jailbird outfits. That was either the Packers or the Steelers. It was a bad look.
Like horizontal stripes or something?
Yes.
The Hamburglar?
I feel like it might have been the Steelers.
The
These
Bears have a couple
throwbacks,
real old ones that look okay, but they're just very basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we got a potential uniform game coming up that could be fantastic, where the Buccaneers can wear their creamsicles against the Seahawks wearing their 1980s classic. That's great, but that's not going back that far.
No, let's go back to 1976.
When you try to go back to leather helmets, it ends up like these Steeler uniforms.
I would like to see that, though. Wouldn't you like to see a game where they suddenly just take their face masks off and play?
Yeah, there'd probably be fewer concussions. I mean,
they'd have to think about things a little bit, wouldn't they?
You would. Interact on YouTube, on X, it's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com. And it's all powered by the Cellular Advantage, proudly representing U.S. Cellular since 1993 with 35 regional locations.
I should give a shout out to them. They made it so easy when I went overseas. We got the little the international package. They prorated the whole thing. We just called into Cellular Advantage and said, how do we do this? Prorated the whole thing, so we just paid by the day.
Ooh,
and then the moment we got back, we just sent them an alert. They turned it off immediately.
I need to do that because the last time when we traveled to Japan, I turned the international package on and then forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
So it was a couple months later, and I'm still paying for overseas phone use. So by the day would be a smart play there. Scottie Scheffler lays waste to the Open Championship field. The Scott Sipker lookalike wins in a kind of a boring Sunday no-doubter. I mean, I don't know of a person who didn't expect from day one, maybe day two, that he was going to win this. He's not a guy you think is going to melt down or start spraying shots all over. You knew Sunday that he was going to win. So that's 4 majors for Scheffler. There's little son Bennett, who's not much taller than the claret jug. A lot was made of this incredible coincidental statistic, kind of a mind-blowing one. 1,197 days between Tiger Woods' first and fourth major, 1,197 days between Scottie Scheffler's first and fourth major. But there is a big difference. Tiger Woods' fourth major, he was 24 years old.
Yeah.
Scottie Scheffler's 29. But Scheffler could certainly have a better 30s and 40s. Tiger, for various reasons, kind of went sideways there at the end when at one time it looked inevitable he would have 18 majors, and he's gonna end on 15.
Well, I got a kick out of watching this yesterday. I mean, the lead was never in doubt, and Scheffler was just kind of playing not to lose, but he was still, an exciting player. It's always a little ironic when you watch the Open and the weather is better there than it is here for some reason. You're like, what? What's going on here?
Links golf, the weather's better.
I got a kick out of watching that Chinese dude, Lee.
Yeah.
First of all, he's got a huge smile. He's a big dude, huge hitter, and he was just going for broke. I mean, all of those guys were. Scheffler just had that commanding lead, and so everybody else is like, look, man, I got nothing to lose. I got to just try to drive the green on every single hole. So those guys were just rearing back and ripping it as hard as they possibly could. And Lee hit one shot, I don't know, like a 16 or 17, where you were just like, whoa, that is unbelievable how far that ball went. And they still had, it ended up going into a bunker, but it was still right next to the green. Like, oh my God, these guys can absolutely kill it when they have nothing to lose and no trees to worry about. They just were smoking the ball. But, you know, it's also fun to have a dominant player, dominant athlete, dominant
to see
figure.
Greatness.
Yeah, to watch greatness, to watch somebody who's clearly above and beyond everybody else, and he happens to be having a good tournament. And he just did, and was, you know, he was still fun to watch. It was fun to watch him, and Rory kind of did the same thing, to watch them just kind of play it safe, pull out irons when everybody else has got a driver, and still just smoke the ball. But I don't know. I mean, it's fun to have someone that everybody's gunning for in golf. You know, somebody that, you know, basically his biggest competition is stuff that's already happened and players who are out of the game, like Tiger Woods. That's who they're being compared to when they're playing, not the field behind them that's actually out on the course. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah, and also to have a guy, an ex-convict, turn his life around like this. I mean, just a bad boy like Scottie Scheffler, who goes from the orange jumpsuit back to just outstanding family man.
Goes from fighting the law to fighting history.
Even that he handled so well. And the week started, some of you probably have seen it or heard it, some of you probably did not. But he started the week with this really candid, introspective press conference where he questioned, you know, what is the point? Why do I want to win this tournament so badly? And it was really an interesting look. But basically, he was saying that if he ever gets to the point where the most important thing in his life is winning a golf tournament, he will get out of golf because that's not what's most important to him. And sometimes he even questions, you know, once he wins, how not many minutes later, it already feels a little bit empty because he's already thinking about the next tournament and he's back to even par. But if you listen to the whole thing, he comes back around, and it's basically a man who has figured out at age 29 what takes many of us longer, and some people never do, that you will never get complete satisfaction from your job. You want to be good at it. You want people, maybe in some cases, to admire you. Maybe you even have adulation that comes with the job. But if that's what fills your cup, you're always going to be a searcher. So his point was, his cup will be filled by his wife and his son and his family and friends, and he's going to compete as hard as he can at golf and be as good as he possibly can, but he is never going to have that be, he's going to try to never have that be what's most important in his life. So after he did win, he circled back around and talked about that some more yesterday.
You know, at the end of the day, I have a tremendous amount of gratitude towards moments like these. You know, I've literally worked my entire life to become somewhat good at this game, to be able to play this game for a living, and it's one of the great joys of my life being able to compete out here, and to be able to win the Open Championship here at Portrush is a feeling that's really hard to describe. You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to come out here and live out my dreams. You know, I grew up a kid in Texas that wanted to play professional golf. I grew up wearing pants to the golf course because that's what I wanted to do. I saw professional golfers like Justin Leonard, Harrison Frazier, those types of guys on TV wearing pants, and I was like, I want to be like those guys. So I used to wear pants to grow up to play golf, and it'd be 100 degrees out. I'd be way too hot. People would make fun of me, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a professional golfer, so I wore pants. And you know, I don't know why I'm so lucky that I get to live out my dreams, but it's something that I'm very grateful for. And so if somebody's going to listen to the comments I had this week, I would encourage them to listen to all of it. And you know, hopefully I did a good job of communicating that, yeah, this is amazing to win the Open Championship, but at the end of the day, having success in life, whether it be in golf or work or whatever it is, that's not what fulfills the deepest desires of your heart. Am I grateful for it? Do I enjoy it? Oh my gosh, yeah, this is a cool feeling. I can't wait to get home and celebrate this championship, with the people that have kind of helped me along the way. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fulfill the deepest desires of my heart.
That's some grounded perspective right there. I mean, I'm sure some find it boring, but Andy, the superstar athlete who keeps chasing that high the rest of his life is like, it's a cliche.
It's a privileged perspective, and I think it's kind of cool when athletes on top of their game say stuff like this, because first of all, it probably drives everybody that's chasing them nuts. They're like, oh my God, I am consumed with this, and it's all I want. And this guy doesn't even think it's that big a deal, and he's still beating me. But sometimes you hear from those athletes who are on the other side of that, like Michael Jordan was, where they are so consumed with winning. They're so consumed with their sport, their series, their game, that they got blinders on, and they have no perspective for the rest of the world. And, in some respects, that's kind of fun to hear. You're just like, well, that guy is really channeled in. But it also leads you to believe that person's really just not like you and me, right? I mean, they're just not a real guy. They're kind of robotic. But when you hear from somebody like Scottie Scheffler, that's just like, yeah, this is where we hear somebody that has other things that they value on the same plane as, being the best golfer in the world. You're like, okay, that is really cool. And you just you don't have to take that position when you're in that spot. But when you do, I think you set a standard for everybody else. And you basically let everybody else know that, okay, even the guy on top of the game understands it's still a game.
Yeah. Scottie Scheffler wants to win. Tiger Woods had to win.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a distinction there. And Scottie Scheffler, I mean, this is a guy, you don't ever have to worry about him being in the back of a squad car. Well, never mind. Here is Jordan Spieth on Scheffler.
I think maybe it's less the golf swing. I think it's more of his personality. He doesn't care to be a superstar. He's not transcending the game like Tiger did. He's not bringing it to non-golf audience necessarily. He doesn't want to go do, the stuff that, a lot of us go do corporately, anything like that. He just wants to get away from the game and separate the two, because I know that he, at one time felt it was too much, that he was taking it with him. And, whenever he made that switch, I don't know when it was, but, he has hobbies, he's always with his family. They're always doing stuff. So I think it's more so the difference in personality from any other superstar that you've seen in the modern era, and maybe any sport. I don't think anybody's like him.
Yeah, I don't think so
Thoughts
either.
on Jordan Spieth, Murph? Thoughts on Jordan Spieth?
Yeah, Eddie's got a little bit of a tan line where the hat goes, and
that's what you were
he's
looking
going
at?
to be wildly bald.
I thought his hair is having a comeback.
No, he's hanging on. He might be working some Rogaine or something.
Yeah. He's got some kind of system going or something. Hey, it's working, right?
Hey, good. It's all working, and you get to wear a hat at work. Who cares? Who cares, Jordan?
It's hard, man. Because that guy, what a pitch man he would be for whatever drugs he's using or whatever plug system he's got going.
Yeah.
But nobody wants that, though. Nobody wants to stand up and be like, you know what? I should be bald by now, and I'm not, and here's why.
Yeah, and I'm going to start playing without a hat on because I want to really show off the product. The WNBA All-Star game, let's get to that for a moment here and try to have a little bit of nuance with it. The women come out for warm-ups for the All-Star game in what to me is kind of some tone-deaf T-shirts. Pay us what you owe us. Owe us. That's a bad word when you've been losing money for 28 years and you've been propped up by the NBA. So that's why I say tone deaf. The wording choice here is bad during this negotiation to me. The disingenuous part of some of the hot takes going on is not also including that a corner has clearly been turned here, primarily because of Caitlin Clark, but for some other reasons. But franchises that used to go for 20, 25 million are now valued at 250 million. Mm-hmm. And this is not a small thing. The media rights deal is about to be quadrupled. So it's reasonable to expect that they get a bigger piece of the pie. I mean, Caitlin Clark made $78,000 for her rookie salary last year. So, yes, two things can be true here. But if I'm in that room, I say, let's think of a different way to word this.
Well, you say that as a man of your age now, and I feel the same way. But when you're younger and bolder, and you want something, you tend to be more aggressive toward it, I think. But
yes.
People are rarely just given more money without asking for it, or demanding it, or sitting out. And people also don't usually like the sound of other people asking for more money. Mm-hmm. Or certainly demanding more money or holding out for more money. That you don't like the sound of that, whether it's an employee coming to you as you're the boss, they come in and they want more money. You just don't like the sound of it. Makes somebody sound like they don't appreciate what they've already got. It sounds, make people sound entitled. Mm-hmm. It sounds like, they lack perspective, right? They don't understand what they actually do have. It doesn't sound good, but this is what happens. This is the way it goes. I mean, you get more money by sticking your neck out. And, I don't like the look at that T-shirt, but this is their time to strike. It's thanks to Caitlin Clark. There's no doubt. But, if they're going to get more money, it's going to need to be now, and they're going to have to be as loud as they can to try to get as much as they can. Because it's probably going to be a while before this comes back up again. And certainly for Caitlin Clark, I mean, right now, gosh, I'm wondering how much more of her we've got. I really am. And I think, people with the league or with the Players Association, certainly, they should be concerned about that too. I mean, this doesn't feel like maybe this iron is going to get this hot for a while.
Kelsey Plum left us a little bit confused with her comments about how the T-shirts came together.
Well, it was a very powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise. But the T-shirt, just United Front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for. And, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just, we had a very...
that really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But yeah, no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective, and I thought that it was a very powerful moment and got the point across, and, sometimes you don't have to say anything.
This has gotten a lot of attention.
I want to see that again almost. I'm going to have to watch that again later on.
Yeah, and we need more information. Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark have, I think, most jokingly thrown shade at each other, and I don't know. It seems like another shot at the person that you should most be thanking for even being in this position. But I want to allow for there being something here we don't realize, because there are a lot of videos circulating of Team Clark being out having a good time and partying. So it could be as simple as they partied so much, she's making a joke that they didn't make it to the meeting. Because they're wearing the shirts. Everybody wore the shirts, including Caitlin.
But
so I don't know what she's getting at.
The way it sounds to me is like Team Clark was not taking this stand for the WNBA the way they were.
Yeah, yes, and this is, as you say, we wanted to present a united front, but one team wasn't here, which is the opposite of a united front in the way that she's telling that story.
And even
she needs
Sabrina
to clarify.
Ionescu, you could tell, is like, why did you have to bring that into it?
Yeah,
uncomfortable laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs more clarity. It may not be as what it looks like. What it looks like is shade.
You're right. This is a situation where we should take a step back and try to get all the information first. But you just hear that and you're like,
huh?
I don't. That punched me in the gut.
And now here's a news reporter not quite ready for all of this eyewitness information.
Do you know how this fire started?
Yes, I do. It was because of my cousin. And I don't want to mention no names.
Your cousin?
Yes.
And you said you think your cousin started this. Do you know how or why?
He's mad because he can't get with me. I'm married to my husband, and it's a long story. Just make it short. Yeah, he already put him in a hospital once last month, and he figured he's going to do something else to get back.
All right. So right now, all right, the fire has been put out. Thank you for the information here.
Yeah, this is a classic.
WKBN, just a classic there. The guy's like, what? Yeah, he's been trying to. I'm his cousin. He's been trying to get with me, but I'm married to my husband, so he's mad. So he came and set our house on fire.
So many things that you wanted that reporter to say there. Could you point him out to us, please? Your cousin, is he here right now?
What?
Okay.
Andy, have you ever been live and had somebody say something that startled you or stopped you in your tracks? Like, did I hear what I think I just heard?
Yeah, absolutely. And, there have been times where somebody told me something that was way juicier than I realized at the time, because sometimes in your head when you're doing an interview and you're live, you're thinking ahead to the next question. And so you're not really listening to the current answer, which is not what you should do, but it's
right.
Human nature. And then you get back and you're watching it in the edit bay and you're like, oh my God, they said that? Yeah. And there have been other times where, people just say something and it just like stuns you so much. And then you start getting secondhand embarrassment for them. And then part of you wants to let them off the hook a little bit. And you try to maybe
help
right
themselves.
The ship a little bit for them. Yeah. It is funny. I can't think of, we should do this at some point, try to come up with
a specific example.
Stuff. Yeah. A specific example of somebody just saying something that was just completely crazy. I mean, usually it's been before the Iowa State game. We've been walking around among the tailgaters, but sometimes you're just at some kind of crazy live event and people's emotions are all hopped up and then they just will tell you exactly what's on their mind without thinking about it if you got a camera.
One of the times I remember is during the unrest and protest and riots downtown Des Moines. I'm sitting there on the bridge live and I'm talking to Sergeant Parizek. It's a serious interview. Mm-hmm. And this woman comes up in a car and it's a black woman. She has a cartoon voice and she interrupts the interview in kindest fashion. And she says, is it safe for me to drive to the other side of the bridge? It really sounds like a cartoon. She's really sweet. And Sergeant Parizek just, he turns and he says, oh yeah, it'll be fine. Just, you can drive over there, see one of the officers. They'll help you with whatever you need. So we continue the interview. And like 3 minutes later, she comes back in the car and she rolls the side window down and she just leans out and she's like, thank you. And I just remember
it's a live interview.
Yeah, and the timing could not have been any better because she was uncomfortable, a little bit scared, wasn't sure. Sergeant Parizek helps her. She turns around. She's got a big smile on her face. She's happy. And the whole thing looked like it was almost staged.
But just the people that start dropping F-bombs right on the microphone, like it's like there is no microphone or no camera. That's always funny.
Oh, yeah, that's happened a few times. Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy. And congratulations to Confluence. Just awarded Brewery of the Year at the U.S. Open Beer Championship.
Wow, they did really well there. They had a whole bunch of beers, took home a bunch of individual medals for their different types of beer. Apparently, we got to try their dark lager. That placed first overall.
I intended to get there this weekend, and we never did because they debuted a pickle beer, and I like that pickle beer. I was the only one who would drink it on RVTV. They had some hot pickle beer on RVTV, and I loved it. And now there's a new pickle beer at Confluence. I'm in. I'm gonna try it.
Their chili beer, the corn lager with the hot chilies in it. Kahala loves it. It's a little too much for me, but she loves it.
I should try that.
That won a medal as well at this U.S. Open Beer Championships. But yeah, John Martin and company just went in there and opened up a big old can of whoop ass.
Yeah.
I mean, they took home a ton of stuff. Iowa breweries in general did pretty well there. Toppling Goliath won some stuff. That Flicks Brew House over in the Merle Mall, they did well. But Confluence did the best of all, and we're not surprised. That's, wow, what a fantastic run for them. Congratulations.
Yeah, they're like the Scottie Scheffler of breweries. They brought home the Open Championship.
It's ballsy to just be like, okay, we're going to enter, because there's like 120 some odd categories. And I'm sure that's it's a pain to enter those contests. You fill out a lot of paperwork, and you travel to the event. Obviously, you got to provide all that beer, and they just went for it. They went all in, and they did well. They came home with a lot of hardware.
Congratulations to all our friends over at Confluence. We appreciate it. Appreciate Confluence. Let's get some more.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Drove by Either Or last night. No trouble with the flooding there. It's right along the creek. It is at a really great location, right off the bike trail, 6222 Grand Avenue, right near the newly refurbished Val Air Ballroom. You've got, just kind of the edge of Des Moines and West Des Moines down there. It's a really excellent spot. Known for their patio, but trying for date night this weekend. Try the beef tartare appetizer. Just trust me on that one.
That burger and fries look pretty good.
Yeah, but try the beef tartare appetizer. And then the pasta bolognese with the house-made noodles is amazing. 45-year-old Shantae Salanciaga has been arrested and charged after crashing into the front of the Embassy Suites Hotel last week.
Oh!
Did you see this video?
No!
Look how fast this dude is moving.
My gosh!
He's flying. That's Robert Ray Drive out right in front of the Des Moines City Hall. One more time, Andrew. Look at this.
It's a high-speed chase?
Yeah. Absolutely zero brake application before he hits that wall. Kudos to the guy that built that wall.
Yeah.
At those windows. Look at this thing.
This is a strong wall.
Oh, that's the only thing that slowed that car down and brought it to a complete stop.
That's got to be airbag deployment there. Got to be.
Totally. Yeah, if he has airbags. But
wow.
What's this dude think? I mean, so this is broad daylight. This is like in the morning. He's harassing pedestrians, according to police. Gets in his car, tries to hit the pedestrians. Then the police show up. He tries to hit them, then flees the scene and clearly
drives straight into a wall.
Doing it fast.
Mental illness or drugs?
I ran it by Sergeant Parisic. He gave me one of those answers where I could just kind of tell that this was one of those, that meth. That has to be meth. That's got to be a meth thing. He didn't say that specifically, but
jeez.
The funniest thing I saw on social media was, I guess he didn't get to 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
flux capacitor was not in the back seat of that Impala.
You got to hit 88 before you get to the wall.
Yeah.
Or you just hit the wall.
You can just smoke that wall. Man, oh man.
Like Tom Kennedy mentions here, the guy's dragging the bumper too. Like, when did that come off? At what point did he hit something that knocked that off?
His front bump, yeah, right. I mean, he had already had a few engagements before he met that wall head on.
That was good
Southwest
stuff.
Airlines passengers will fly in assigned seats for the first time on January 27th. That's carrier says that customers can start buying tickets with assigned seats on July 29th.
Okay. It's coming up. What is this right now? July 21st. That's next week.
we got a little while, but I don't know. I didn't love this part of Southwest Airlines. Like to get the assigned seats, not
Me too.
stress out anymore in line.
Just to go in and see like 26 open middle seats.
Yeah.
It's all, if there's anybody flying solo, they either go aisle or window, and if you are in the aisle, if you pick that, then somebody else comes on, and you're just, you're making it clear, like, yeah, sorry for your bad luck. This is all I can offer you. This middle seat.
I like the order a little bit more. It's already chaotic enough at the airport and on the plane. And now a word from Water Country Fun Park.
Sun is blazing and the summer gets hot. country's a very cool spot. There's no better place to feel and be young. Water country, have some fun.
A couple look so happy. They're having so much
fun. They look
fun.
happy. My gosh.
What's the shelf life on this? Another week?
It's the shortest shelf life in history because of the virality of it. I mean, it's been everywhere.
He's out.
Oh, he's out?
He's out. Yeah, he resigned, right? He didn't get fired. He resigned.
Okay. Well, he's the CEO. So
the CEO, yeah.
Okay.
He's out of astronomer.
I think if everything is as it seems, that it would be hard for her to conduct an HR meeting.
Yeah, I mean, we've had multiple presidents have affairs and presidents have multiple affairs.
But they're not the head of human resources.
They have the country.
Well, yeah, there's that.
But I mean, the head of human resources was the woman. The
Yeah,
CEO
what I'm
was-
saying, but is she? You're saying
no,
as far as
she
you know,
can't
is
do
still
it
under-
anymore.
Yeah,
She's got to be gone too. Yeah, there's no chance that HR. That you're setting yourself up for way too easy comebacks. Oh, really? Don't approve of my behavior? Can I remind you of the Coldplay concert? From the files of some headlines don't need stories, we bring you this. A woman has been arrested in Thailand for having sex with Buddhist monks and blackmailing them with sex tapes.
Oh, man.
Police said investigators found more than 80,000 photos and videos at her house, which they say were used to
How
extort.
many?
80,000. That's a lot of pictures, and it's got to be a lot of monks. I mean, you've got not 80,000 pictures, just one. There's no way. I mean,
No.
there's no way. They said it was used to extort just under 9 million pounds, British pounds, the British story here. That's a lot of money. This scandal is the latest scandal to rock Thailand's Buddhist institution, which in recent years has been plagued with allegations of monks engaging in sex offenses and drug trafficking.
Jeez.
Apparently they're picking the wrong guys for these slots in the monkery, whatever that is.
Andy, there's not a monk draft.
But I mean,
in the third round with
how
the 30
desperate are they getting
sucking
now?
pick.
No, you can. Look, we need you, man. We need the dues. You can still use your drugs. Yeah.
How do you feel about wearing orange?
Treat yourself to a little prostitution here and there. That's fine. But we need you, man. Just come on in. It'll be better than you think. Oh man. From the files of someone put like zero effort into this survey, we bring you this. According to netcredit.com, the cheapest grocery store in Iowa is Hy-Vee. Oh, it is what? No, Hy-Vee is the biggest grocery store in Iowa.
No doubt.
It's a very nice grocery store. It is not. No one thinks it's the cheapest. Walmart, Aldi, Fairway.
Do you think
Hy-Vee is
do you think
after
of Walmart as a grocery store though? I know they do undercut people with their prices.
They have a huge grocery store.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
We've
Well,
picked some
Walmart
stuff
is
up
the
there.
winner in Oklahoma.
Oh.
And what is that? California and New York and Pennsylvania. So yeah. I mean, Hy-Vee is cheaper than Whole Foods, but
Well,
that's not the point of the survey.
So is vacation.
Jeez. Let's finish up with 2 truths and a lie.
Okay, good. I like this.
You, sir, are a liar. Liar, liar, your pants are on fire!
Okay, it is the rainy weather edition of 2 Truths and a Lie. I'm going to tell you 3 things. 2 of them are true, 1 is not. You tell me which. Seattle is not one of the 10 rainiest cities in America. There is a city in Iowa that gets more rain annually than Seattle. Flash flooding is the most dangerous form of severe weather in America.
One of those is a lie.
One of those is a lie.
I think the lie is that there's a city in Iowa that's in the top 10.
Same.
You're right. Dang, that was too easy, I guess. Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
Seattle is not one of the 10 rainiest cities in America. Hilo, Hawaii, Juneau, Alaska, Syracuse, New York, Buffalo, New York, Rochester, New York, Olympia, Washington, the only Washington city in the top 10, Erie, Pennsylvania, also in there. So those cities in and around Lake Erie, they get a lot of rain. A lot of rain over there, man.
Why does Seattle have that reputation?
I mean, it does. It's like
rains,
12th or so on the list, so they get some rain.
Yeah, the
Probably
only
have a
time
good
I've
deal
been
of
there, it
clouds.
rained the whole time. So
Yeah, they do get quite a bit of rain. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Rain threes.
The rainiest the rainiest spot that Iowa has ever had was Atlantic in 1965. I think they got 13 inches of rain in one storm. Flash flooding is the most dangerous form of severe weather in America. It's not close, actually.
well, we got a sobering reminder of that recently.
No doubt. Yeah, more than tornadoes, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes, tidal waves, or lightning. Flash flooding. Nothing to be fooled around with. That's your more, everybody.
All right, time now for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto, treating you like family in Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Creston, an authorized dealer of both Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Andy, Big Ten Media Days in Vegas this week. In general, is Media Days content interesting to you?
No, not in general. Sometimes there's a little bit, usually when a coach says too much or, there's something controversial, a subject that somebody finally comments on. No, for the most part, I think it's really forgettable. It's just a reminder that the college football season's getting close.
Yeah.
I agree. For the most part, no. It's like a film junket. I mean, you're reminded the film's coming out. In this case, you're reminded football season is going to be here. And for the most part, with our coaches, Matt Campbell at Big 12 Media Days and Kirk Ferentz at Big 10 Media Days, they're not saying anything interesting. Now, Matt Campbell did say some interesting things to Chris Williams off to the side. So if we have somebody there that can get that kind of reporting, sure. But generally, no. Hoping for something.
I feel like they used to be more interesting than they are now.
Coaches are more guarded in the social media era, and who could blame them? I mean, it's like Scottie Scheffler even talking about his really endearing 5-minute press conference from 5 days ago. He was like, a bunch of sentences were just lifted out of there, out of context, instead of listening to my larger point. It wasn't that I don't care about golf. It was that I care most about my family and friends. And, it all made sense when you heard the whole thing. But yeah, coaches don't want to be taken out of context.
Nobody has a 5-minute attention span, Murph. That's crazy to ask people to.
I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Scottie Scheffler, and feel free to completely disagree with me here, but I like golf and I like great champions. But Murph, I can't get excited about Scottie Scheffler. Why isn't he more exciting?
I don't think that's something. I don't think charisma is something that you can really define. I think he was helped a little bit by the way he handled that ridiculous arrest in Louisville and in the squad car. He comes out and he gets a birdie and people are wearing mug shirts on the t-shirt. That gave him a little bit more juice just because he is kind of like the Pete Sampras of golf. He's great, but he's not interesting. And I think to your point too, AD, we used to watch Tiger dominate like this, and it was more exciting than this is.
He could win by 15 strokes, and I'd still be glued
to
my TV.
The television crowd would build as Tiger dominated. That this is not that.
Well, he was raising the bar then. I mean, he was doing things that you hadn't seen a golfer do before, and he's raised that bar so high that Scottie Scheffler isn't going to be able to get that kind of interest unless he actually challenges what Tiger did, which is, we know how difficult that's going to be. I mean, Scottie Scheffler is going to have to be a guy that becomes a superstar because of his accomplishments, like the number of them, the level, not because of his personality, not because of his, his swagger. But if he does get to the point where he's, this guy racks up, 3 of the next 4 majors or something. I mean, there's no way that you're going to be able to ignore him. You're going to have to treat him as something really new and different, and he'll win a bunch of fans just on success alone.
Yeah, I admire him. I respect him. All of that. I like Jordan Spieth said, he doesn't do corporate stuff. I don't really picture Scheffler doing Subway commercials or something. I think he'd rather have less money and spend more time not doing that.
I almost need him to like choke a major on a Sunday. Like pull a Jordan Spieth and put 3 in the water and lose.
Add some drama to his story.
And then the next time come back and right. All right, Andy, I saw something over the weekend saying that concert encores have lost all meaning, and it's really hard to argue against that. Should we just eliminate the encore at concerts at this point?
I completely agree with this. It's so expected.
They don't even play their biggest hits because they know they're coming out for you. You could be silent after the show, and they're still coming out for an encore.
And I think we've been to a number of concerts where they had multiple encores, where two different times they left the stage, and then they came back again, and then you're like, okay, go ahead and stay back there this time.
You're waiting for the house lights to know that it's really over.
It's one of those things where you can't just say, all right, no more of this. But if a band doesn't do that, they got to be a really popular band and just almost make an announcement saying, look, we're going to play our asses off for this one set.
Yeah.
And then when we leave the stage, good night, everybody. They almost got to warn you that it's coming.
I have an example of this because many years ago, I saw Dwight Yoakam outdoors at Meskwaki. And he was great, but the crowd was absolutely lame. It was like mostly older people in lawn chairs, and they just weren't into it at all. And Dwight Yoakam doing Suspicious Minds in concert is like the highlight of one of his concerts. So he finishes his last song. He hasn't done Suspicious Minds, and everybody's expecting him to come back. And he just got on his tour bus and left because he's, known to be kind of a cranky guy anyway. But the crowd did not deserve Suspicious Minds. So then a few years ago, I want to go see Dwight Yoakam up at the Surf in Clear Lake, and to no one's surprise, it's Jenny. She's like, I don't want to see that. So I asked Michael Admire. Admire's like, oh yeah, I'd love to go to that. So Michael Admire and I go up to Clear Lake to see Dwight Yoakam, and I tell Michael, I say, Michael, we got to earn this encore, man. I mean, we can't hear Suspicious Minds unless he feels like the audience is engaged. And I mean, for the next hour and a half, Michael's swinging women all over the dance floor. He's got different kinds of step dancing going, square dancing, you name it. Admire was doing it. And by God, Dwight came back out of the dressing room and sang Suspicious Minds, thanks to Michael Admire and the 40 women he danced with that night.
Came out of that Buddy Holly green room, dressing room, and did another show, another song at the Surf.
He did another song, man. We earned it. We earned that song.
Well done.
That's
Throwdowns.
Send your Grimaldi's fan photos to Murph_Andy at IowaEverywhere.com. Presented by Grimaldi's Coal Brick Oven Pizzeria in West Des Moines and Ankeny. AD?
Yeah, we got this one over the weekend. Dan Holm, he's in Madison, Wisconsin, Camp Randall at the Coldplay concert. And he wants to assure us this is his wife, Jen, in the photo with him.
Okay.
So they sent this to us over the weekend. And
that is Chris Martin on the screen behind him, isn't it? Okay.
More coming from that Madison concert here in just a minute.
Dan has been with us for a long time. I'm happy to see his face. Yeah, that's great.
Jeez. That's right. And that also, to the point, you can send a photo of just about anything of you enjoying your life. And we'll give away a $50 gift card to Grimaldi's on our Friday show. It is now time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day, and we call it the AD Squared.
Yeah, powered by Game Day Men's Health. I go to the one in Ankeny. Was there just last Thursday, getting my testosterone replacement therapy. Feeling good over the weekend. We're excited to get back there on Thursday. I know Andy goes to West Des Moines. Scott Docterman, who's out in Vegas now for the Big Ten Media Days, goes to the North Liberty location. We appreciate you wherever you go. And yeah, Coldplay was in Madison over the weekend, and they didn't want that to happen again. Here's Chris Martin.
We'd like to say some of you in the crowd.
Plenty of time.
How are we going to do that? is we're going to use our cameras and put some of you on the big screen. So please, if you haven't done your makeup, do your makeup now.
Yeah, a little disclaimer now. From now on, probably for Coldplay.
Jeez, man, that as much as anything shows the speed of social media. That went from me asking Jenny, "Have you seen this?" to her saying no, to her saying like an hour later that it's all she's seeing.
What if they had just not reacted? This would be almost a total non-story, right?
Yes, the people in those families would probably have word come back to them. It would still be trouble for them, but it would not have been this.
I mean, would it have gotten back to them? I probably it's in some respect, I guess. But I mean, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be out there as much for sure.
Well, I wouldn't be out there
because of the reaction.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a pretty important CEO. This is a pretty visible company, I guess. But I mean, there wouldn't be a shred of what we've got right now.
Incredible. And there have been multiple fake statements that have gone out, and a couple of them got quite a bit of play too, as if they were real.
The one I talked about Friday on the show ended up not being real, even though it seemed very genuine.
Yeah, that's the one that kind of blamed Coldplay a little bit at the end. I had to go to Snopes to check on that, and that wasn't a statement either. It said no statement has been given by the CEO or astronomer. That is also a fake statement. The first one was clearly a joke because it's like, look, I'll admit it. It's time. I just need to get this out. I like Coldplay. You know, that was the first one the CEO had, and you knew that was a joke. But the next one actually
which almost sounded like the right thing that he should have said. Or he probably shouldn't have said anything. But we got people changing hairstyles and hair colors here. These two would probably look completely different.
Quickie poll results presented by WCI Pools and Spas about the Steelers' throwback uniforms.
Yeah, people hate them. Geez, they are not hot, says 81% of the vote. 19% say those are hot.
Yeah, and I saw Cade in the comments pointed out the ugly uniforms we were grasping for were when the Steelers wore the bumblebees. Back when Ben Roethlisberger was the quarterback. They
just made his
like
giant
bumblebees.
body look even thicker.
Yeah.
The stripes.
The original big dumper. Thank you for being part of Murph and Andy here on a Monday. We enjoyed that show. Hope you did too. And thanks for supporting local media on Iowa Everywhere. Speaking of Iowa Everywhere, coming up in 28 minutes, AD, you and Chris Williams and Matt Van Winkle.
Yeah, Chris and Matt are out in Vegas. I'll join them for the first part of the show. Chad Leisico will be on with them also to talk more Big Ten stuff. And, I guess football season, here we go.
I didn't hear any mention of Chris from Italy.
Yeah, jeez. I hope he's enjoying
Andy,
himself.
You were like several countries, right?
3 different countries.
Yeah.
Multiple cities.
Well, thank you for caring about Iowa Everywhere, Andy, and this show. Please like and subscribe. Invite your friends to the party. We are back Wednesday. We hope you are too. Don't forget, 2 Guys coming up live, 2:30.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.